And every time I hear that, I can't not think back to the work that the East German services did in setting up their Romeo traps.
Mm.
Yeah, something I found real fascinating from what's gone on in the conversation the last 10 minutes and talking about this cultural intelligence and emotional intelligence and getting all these different backgrounds together in one place is when it comes to threat and vulnerability, very seldom, with the exception of emerging technology, has the human threat changed. In that human frailty, human weakness, cultural frailty, cultural weakness crosses all generations. And by having in one place, which it seems like you're doing, this historic background of threat that people have encountered before. You mentioned something about a honey trap or a honey pot before, and every time I hear that, I can't not think back to the work that the East German services did in setting up their Romeo traps and realizing that the threat, that their inroad wasn't through these principals, these very successful men that were leading agencies or anything else, but that they could make inroads by going to their secretaries and these career women that had devoted themselves to serving those principals who hadn't had much of a social life, and that there was a vulnerability there by sending a romantic paramour, male romantic paramour, in to woo them and then use that as their way in. And I think in the business realm and in industry, a lot of people don't realize historic threat. They think that they're going to penetrate my systems, they're going to get into my databases, they're going to do those, and not realize that the vulnerability might not be the system itself. The vulnerability might be that secretary to the CEO, or might be that other person that they can exploit to gain access in a way. And by you guys bringing together all these different disparate intelligence backgrounds from different nations and having a database, at least internally, of what these different threats could be, is a great benefit to industry, because they don't think the way we have in industry. They haven't had to spend a career determining what the vulnerabilities are and either how do we exploit them or how do we counter those vulnerabilities. And having that understanding and being able to express that to your clients and to others of, hey, this is a potential vulnerability, and hey, this is how you counter that, or this is an opportunity for you to move forward and pursuing what your goals are. So incredible stuff.